Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lifestyle with Dr. Moby. And today we have great guests all the way from California, San Francisco, precisely. Let's welcome Mr. David Holt.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Dr. Moby. Happy to be here.
Thank you, sir, for coming to our show. And he has a very unique perspective on soul searching and soul healing. So we're going to learn more about So tell me about yourself to my audience.
Well, the title of this talk, Do You Want a Soulgasm? It starts long ago. And I've always had this obsessive passion to live more from my soul, my higher self, whatever you call that higher power.
Mm-hmm.
And that was coupled with a lot of trauma in my life. An accident that I was involved in took the life of my 3-year-old cousin. My mom passed when I was 15 in a fire. I engaged in a lot of self-destructive behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
But this pull and this spirituality and this healing in me pulled me forth. And once I had the soul awakening and soul experience, it was like nothing else. I mean, it was just love, joy, fun, laughter. It was just all this positive qualities rolled up into one isness. And from that point on, my passion to live more in that space was validated. And now, flash forward 10 years sober now, and I'm developing the work even more and expanding it. I just feel so grateful to be where I'm at, helping people live more from that soul space and tap into it anytime they want.
And that is beautiful.
Yeah, it's its own reward, but it also happens to solve health problems, relationship challenges, release and heal a lot of things within ourselves.
Well, that is a great story because, we all have problems in life and we all face problems, but not to make sure, we get over that. And you did that successfully, but also you are leading the way. You're helping so many people. I think that's a great thing.
Thank you. Thank you. What really was, I don't know if it's unique, but the accident I had instilled a lot of guilt, right? And it was just something that also instilled fear of happiness. Because just before the accident, I was thinking, I'm living in Mexico, I'm 18 years old, I'm learning Spanish, I'm learning how to run my aunt's business, and then this horrible thing happened. So it imprinted on me that if life is going good, something bad will happen. So I would literally sabotage myself, punish myself because of this guilt and shame and fear. And what I noticed in working with clients is a lot of people face this buried guilt or shame in some aspect of their life. And because of that, they punish or sabotage themselves in at least one area of life. So until they release that, they keep doing it. And they solve one area, but that they sabotage themselves in another. So I really love going for the root, the cause. I'm kind of an impatient healer. I want to get to the root cause of things. And the soul power that is available to everybody, because that's who we are, is astounding in what it can do.
And that is important. So a lot of people, I think they take this, that our body, a physical body, which everybody has. So there is the part I think they kind of miss big time is the soul part, because they don't see that. They can probably feel it, but they don't appreciate they are two different things.
Right. That's a good point, Dr. Moby. A lot of people don't see it or even feel it.
Yeah, and that is important.
The disconnection from that essence of who we are causes depression, despair, addiction. I mean, I don't even want to drink anymore. How many alcohol addicts can say that? I just genuinely don't want to.
Mm.
And I don't know. It's just, I feel I've recently been called and guided to help people that are wealthy, famous, successful, but are still very miserable, stuck, isolated, unhappy, what I call perpetual unhappiness.
Mm.
And often we're missing this spiritual soul self that has always been right here. It's right in front of them, but we're not taught this, we're not encouraged this. You have to go seeking for it. Um, and that's an expansion from my higher self adventures tribe, which helps anybody that wants to experience this soulgasm, wants
Mm.
to live in that space more and use their soul power in their lives.
Mm. And that is, a lot of people, I'm sure they're watching and they can relate to that, that our body will wear down, our skin, our color, everything here will wear down with time. And also, but if we appreciate our soul, if we can feel that actually what really operates our body is soul, and that never ages. Your soul is never going to age. The love, good things which you are going to do will never age. So that you can do at any part you can spread the love any part in your life, pretty much, right? So that they have to differentiate it from body, and then you will find a way, right?
Right, right. I mean, personally, I feel it's about bringing our soul into our body and our awareness in this life
Mhm.
and kind of creating you know, a heavenly experience, more peace. I mean, if more people I feel are connected to their love, to their soul, their deep love, they won't go to war. They won't be in fear and greed. And I think this will make a world a lot better place.
Mm.
I think this is a challenge and a problem that's overlooked because there are so many concrete problems. But at the same time, that soul power can help with all these concrete problems. It's not this abstract, nebulous energy that wooey wooey and it's far out there and it can't do me any good. It makes all the difference in my clients' lives.
Mm. Mm. And that, it is important to make sure, people realize that there are two parts, and important to is for the soul to what nurtures your soul, you know
Mhm.
what nurtures our body, we know that, right? But what nurtures our soul, that is important. So let's talk a little bit. What do you think, you see from your point perspective? What helps somebody's soul?
Well, from my experience,
Mm.
the soul is perfect,
Mm.
alive, limitless, beautiful, never running out of energy. It doesn't need anything. It actually gives to the body, it gives to our emotions, it gives to us.
Mhm.
So I feel when we feel depleted or we say feed our soul, I feel that's the disconnection talking, and we need some food from our soul to ourselves. And so thing and having said that, doing things that you enjoy, I feel tap you into that soul essence. Taking a walk on the beach, watching a movie, and doing something you genuinely enjoy, I think feeds that soul body connection. But I believe our soul is already complete. I don't believe it evolves. I think it's already perfect.
Mhm.
From my experiential
Mhm.
experience. It's the ego in our body and our emotions, and sometimes the parts of us that are fragmented. And we attribute that, we kind of project that onto the soul as if the soul has that fragmentation and needs healing and that kind of thing. That's just not my experience personally.
No, I think that's also a great concept that soul has lot of energy and everything, but it needs to communicate with our physical part.
Right. Well
And
said.
that connection we're talking about, how we open the channels. What helps to open
Right.
those channels?
Okay. Well, believe it or not, it actually starts with a decision that says, okay, I want to know my soul more. I want to feel that. I want to experience and journey and find out about this. Aside from that, there are many teachings, teachers, books on this subject. So it's
Yeah.
about finding what resonates with you. So once you make that decision, I have found with clients and myself, things line up, things are brought to you that feed that soul, body, emotional, personality connection.
Mhm.
And again, doing things that you really enjoy because life is meant to be joyful, fun, prosperous. That's our birthright. Our soul says that's our birthright. The sabotage and self punishment come in and say, well, no, you only deserve that much.
Mhm.
And it's all subconscious beliefs. So that's why I loved your video in nature. Your music video. I
Yeah.
love nature, and it brings me back into like that, especially all the greenery. You had a very green setting there, and
Yeah.
especially the water. I'm a water person. I surf. I love the ocean. I love the water. So right away, your video drew me into your world. So
Oh,
that's
thank
and so nature, I believe, is a powerful way for people to connect with that soul body connection too. Um, and I'll give you your audience a tip. There's something I developed called the soul switch, where it's simply saying to yourself, it's an internal mechanism you say that signifies you want to switch from your soul's perspective. I mean, sorry, from your ego's perspective
you.
to your soul's perspective. And most importantly, to your soul, because we often come from this ego only. And so it can be a simple phrase I'm switching to soul. I want to feel my soul's love. And it kind of becomes this mantra where you practice it. Oops, and the more you do it, you'll start to feel that essence. So
Mhm.
that's part of the work. Another part is releasing what's in the way of you feeling it more. Because if we're this perfect soul, why am I not feeling it? Because we have all these negative beliefs, trauma, all this stuff piled on. So it's hard to feel. So even if you just do that, you'll start to feel it more. So those two combined
Mhm.
is a powerful combination. So I kind of used my channeling ability, intuitive ability, and healing ability to release, to know what needs to be released, then actively help somebody release it. And then voila, they have a soulgasm and it changes their life. I mean, Dr. Moby, if you've never tasted a mango, and I try to come on and say, Dr. Moby, it tastes like this and this and this. There's no way I could describe what a mango tastes like, right? Never. But if I simply give you one bite, here, try this, Dr. Moby. You taste it. Oh, mango, that's a mango. You
Mhm.
instantly know. And so it is with the soul. Once people feel it to a degree that is inevitable and undeniable, they know. They know what they've been missing. It gives them fuel and motivation to want to feel that way more.
Mhm. So one channel, I think thank you for appreciating that my video, and I'm actually that kind of person. That's true. For me and my wife, we both love water, and for us, best is if we don't go and look at the water and enjoy the scenery, natural. Uh, every week, a couple of times, we feel something missing in our lives. Yeah, that's how we are. So that's true. Thank you for appreciating that. And that's true. I think a lot of people, if they find something which gives their soul that experience, communicating with the nature, and you're right, that is your birthright, and that is your um, And but we can describe it till you feel it, and then once you feel it, you want to do it again and again
Right.
and
Right.
multiple.
Right. It's kind of like the intellectual processes and the mechanics, so to speak, bring are meant to bring about the experience that is beyond words. But we need the words, the help, um, the to bring about that experience. Um, and so yeah, it's something that along the speaking of tips,
Uh-huh.
meditation,
Hmm.
even if it's 1 minute a day, is better than trying to do it every other few days, because we're so used to going and looking without
Hmm.
that that soul presence is within, always in the present moment, always here now, ready to be felt. So it really is challenging sometimes because there is so much sensory overload and focus and things in the world, that it's important to go within and kind of get still and like, okay, I really want to know myself on a different level. And you will. It's inevitable because it's who you are. That's what I love about it. Sooner or later you will, depending on, how fast you want to experience it.
Mm. And I think there are a few things which I see a lot of people try, and I would say some are drugs, some are alcohol. They try to get that pseudo feeling of soulgasm. Okay, so yeah, and I think cocaine or other those hallucinogenic medication or hallucinogens, they take it, they get you to that pseudo effect, and then there's a crash after that. So I am sure, I think I see why people seek that, you know. So because it does give that pleasure for just a moment.
I would definitely agree, having been there. Drugs are awesome. They make you feel amazing, right?
Hmm.
But like you said, there's a huge downside. And I've tried psychedelics, cocaine, pot, and alcohol gives you that initial high. But what it did for me spiritually, especially the magic mushrooms or the ayahuasca or even acid or good ecstasy, it really opens up and showed me a door of the love and the amazingness that we are. But then you have to go through that door and develop that naturally. You can't rely on the substance. The substance is just a tool or almost a sign on the road saying, hey, you can feel this good, but it's meant to be naturally through your soul. So I don't know how it is for everybody, but those natural earth substances that came from the earth, they grow out of the ground. There's a reason I believe they're there, to open our heart, to open our mind. But when they become the path instead of a signpost on the path, we get into trouble. So I think you're absolutely right. It's very luring. It gives you that high, but it's very temporary, and it's not as full as the soul. But yeah,
Yeah,
I,
yeah, and and for same token, people can say yes, going to nature is also therapy. So if you are there, you're happy, and once. But the advantage is you can do multiple times, and you can do as much as you want, and there is no side effects. The problem with the other ones is you have a side effects. You damage your body physically, and that's where the problem lies. So that and like you said, in nature, uh, we don't. Sometimes we are busy, but we don't appreciate. There are beautiful colors, and there is a reason. Every color is there for a reason. I always tell them there's a reason sky is blue and why it becomes less blue towards evening or dark and all that. This is, we think is nothing, but it controls everything around us. All the birds, they wake up early morning because of light and follow the light and sun and so forth. and they get their food, they know what to do, and then they go to bed too. I mean, they sleep, and everything is very well planned. And but we think it is just colors, but not really. It means a lot more than those colors are.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
So,
And I feel, bouncing off what you said, that certain colors I feel move us at different times. I mean, emerald green happens to be my favorite color. So I really loved your video because it was just all this green foliage and whatnot, and the water. But I agree with what you said. It's very much a place that you can go, and it rejuvenates you. It gives you see the natural balance of things. So I applaud you and your wife for doing that, and it's a really healthy thing.
well, that's it is what helps us, to feel great and relax and kind of enjoy
Yeah.
more than anything. So I think that is a lot of people, they try to find a solution. A lot of my patients too, they try to self meditate with drugs and other stuff. um Actually they all need help. We all need help. So everybody has stress, you, me, everybody has stress.
Hmm.
But how to help ourselves, help our body, that's what matters. And I always say there are solutions which are, there are all kind of solutions. We have A, B, C, D solution, but try to find a solution which is easy, you can maintain it, and also which is cost effective. Anybody can do it, right?
Right. And I feel that's the advantage of this age. I'm going to risk assuming that we were around before the internet, before cell phones,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
We didn't go Google anything.
yeah.
And now there's so much good information that's free that you can find out what your body needs: nutrition, a balanced diet, a good, healthy, oh, I'm working with somebody rebuilding their herniated disc. We're doing healing work and, rebuilding the tissue. So it's like using all these different things. Medical science does, traditional medicine does miraculous things every day to save people's lives. And so it's about using what is appropriate at any given time. I don't feel holistic and traditional need to be at war necessarily or conflict. It's more of what do you need when, um, and what resonates. I think going back a little bit by that, people being addicted to something, I think it's half wanting that high and that rush, and the other half abusing and sabotaging and punishing themselves for that either guilt or shame or something they did in their life, or, you know, it could be large or small. If there's subconscious guilt, I'm training the subconscious. So if there's subconscious guilt,
Mhm.
going to punish yourself, period, because it's like in a court of law. And I fully believe with all my heart that God, spirit, whatever you call the higher power, never punishes us. If it did, we would be in trouble, right? There'd be a hell and it'd be horrible. And that leaves us. If you choose to believe that there's this all-loving God, and from my experience, it's pretty darn good, then who's punishing us? Who's doing this to ourselves? And the answer again and again, when clients realize that, wow, I'm really doing this to myself. I'm punishing myself for this or this or this. And when they realize that and release that, they naturally stop punishing and sabotaging themselves. So, um, I don't know quite where I was going with that, but I wanted to make that point of just, you listed those A, B, and C, what is going to help you? Well, once you make that decision, I'm going to XYZ. I'm going to solve a health problem. I'm going to live my purpose. I'm going to find a relationship, attract a relationship. Once you make that firm decision, come hell or high water, I'm going to do it. Then I believe you attract and find and seek the ways to make that happen.
Yeah,
Whatever that,
eh,
whatever that. Whether it's
and
seeing
that I think you said beautifully. I love what you said is that, a higher power never want to punish us. It's that we want to actually punish ourselves for whatever reason. But I think you are absolutely right. What all we need is, and we all are humans. You, me, everybody is human. Nobody is perfect. And if we do a mistake, just repent, and then from your heart, do a repent that you feel that you did wrong, whatever, and then just try not to do that and just move on, and don't punish yourself. No need to do that, right? I think
right,
that's where the problem is. Yeah.
right. There's a technique I use from A Course in Miracles called true forgiveness, and it's a deep, radical, complete forgiveness of yourself,
Mm.
and it's incredibly healing. It's incredibly moving, and yeah, I think you're right. They're mistakes. We
Yeah.
all make mistakes, like a toddler, like a child.
Yeah.
We have children. I wouldn't go, well, you did that, you're screwed for the rest of your life. No, you made a mistake. That's all.
Yeah, and just be remorseful, repent for that you did wrong. Yeah, that of course we have to acknowledge that, and then try not to do that, and then learn from it. And I think you will be fine. You
Yeah.
don't need to punish yourself, and I think that is important, very important concept actually. Is between that actually makes us human.
Hmm. What just came to me, Dr. Moby? It's right in
Mhm.
front of our faces. Speaking of something that connects you to your soul or can, music.
Yeah,
I
I love.
dabble in guitar. I
Mhm.
used to go see the Grateful Dead. I love music. It moves me to no end. And you being a musician, I would imagine, you know, it gets in a spontaneous, amazing flow that can't be described with words, right?
This is such amazing gift, I would say, to everybody who has it, or who, I mean, I'm blessed that all my life I was never a musician. Like, I mean, I listen to music like we all do, but to create that, this creativity was blessed to me, in this age. It comes, it's not that I want to say, okay, I want to create a song. No, it doesn't work like that. I mean, I wish I could do that, but it comes naturally that something strikes you and just happens, that you keep on then doing that creation, and then that you feel satisfied. Okay, this is what came to me somehow. So
Right.
this is not nobody can, you are either blessed with it or not. So, and don't worry if you don't feel that way, it doesn't matter. Later on it will happen, there's no timing. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, you know
Yeah. What I was really getting at is listening to music, using music, whether you create music or
Mhm,
listen to music that moves you or that you enjoy,
mhm.
way to connect with that happiness, joy, and soul connection. You could be
That is.
dancing to your favorite song in the living room, whatever music.
Mhm.
Um, and I'll risk saying, Dr. Moby, there is a way and there is an opening I see in you, if I may, where you can let that in more and not necessarily be in full control, but open to it and let it flow through you. So you do have a little bit more control than you may realize in that creativity in music coming through you, if you so choose to open. At least that's what they showed me. It's like, no, this guy can just open it up.
Okay. And also, I think said beautifully, is also about dance and music, dance.
Yeah, great.
You could be dancing, and then so you could feel
Yes.
that energy. So
Yes.
absolutely. So
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Dancing also, because I love dancing. And dancing and music are in the now. You're usually more in the now. You're in your body, you're having fun, and you're not thinking about all this other, problem stuff. You're just enjoying the moment, and that creates more enjoyable moments. that you carry into your daily life. Oh, wow, I went dancing and listened to music last night, and here I'm at work, but I feel better because I went and replenished my soul body connection.
And
So
that
thank
is,
you. That's great. That's dance also. Yes.
yes, and I think the other thing is a lot of people want to, of course, ask also, and that's for benefit, how to connect to your. I see you have a website. How do they book session with you for?
Well, they can contact me through higherselfadventures.com.
Hmm.
Um, I also recently launched something called
Hmm.
soulpoweredhappiness.com.
Hmm.
And, those are two ways to contact me.
Hmm. Okay, great. I will put that out.
I'm welcome to share my, you know, uh, yeah, those are ways to contact me very easily.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming to our show. Any final thoughts or message you think we should?
Um, well, if you want a soulgasm, if you want to feel that amazingness of your soul that just blows you away, you really do have to make the decision and take action. And this higher self adventures that I just listed, that's a way you can do it for $9.95 for the whole month. I do live streams for 1 hour, giving healings, channel messages, and teachings on how to do this.
Wow.
One of those live streams is worth way more than $9.95. So if you don't aren't into it for a month, you've only invested $9.95. You get to keep those live streams as well as a couple bonus meditations for checking it out. And so, I made it a no-brainer for you to be able to access this work. I was really guided to create this. And my one-on-one work, which is quite a bit more of an investment, is the soul-powered happiness. But so both ways I serve two different people with basically the same work.
And I would tell, everybody who spends thousands of dollars on, or even, on those burgers, more than for a meal for your body, more than this, spend a little bit on this for your soul gas, and live a better life. Promise with David. Thank you, David.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Moby. It's been a real pleasure. I really appreciate you having me on the show.
Thank you, sir, and good luck. Let me know if anything we can do. Take care.
Okay, we'll